Hello, all. I hope you've had a good day. I've had a productive day. I deep scoured the bathroom. I'm doing laundry, cleaned my room, vacuum, mop, did some stuff. So I checked everything on my list that I had on my list today that I wanted to do. Tomorrow I have my list for tomorrow. That's how I operate. In my little head, I set little task. Achievable task. Achievable. And if I don't get to something, I don't lose my mind about it. I just move it on over to the next day, you know? It's important to just kind of flow with life. You never know what's going to be thrown in your direction, you know? And it's important to rest and relax and just be present in the moment. Be present in your thoughts. Be present in your feelings. Be present in your emotions, especially when you're in your healing process. You know, I mean, a lot of people just mask a lot of things and they put them down in a little box and they never go to it. But then they just go into life miserable and unhappy and angry and grumpy and deflective and projective and don't take accountability because they're angry. But it's just because things within themselves that they haven't sorted through. Really, that's all it is. 99% of the time when you have people in this world that project, are deceptive, lie and plot on other people, whether it's in the politicians, the government, and elites, and, anywhere, any facet of life, you're going to come into contact with people like that, right? It's just because of things within themselves. They're literally mirroring themselves. That's why it's all projections. It really is. And once you get to the place of understanding that, you just realize that, unfortunately, you just can't wear other people's projections. It's just not yours to wear, And sometimes, yes, you have to go in. You have to do the accountability. You have to do the work. There's so many things that I had to work through within myself, in reference to my friends, my ex, my family, just everything. And again, I was never perfect neither. Right? But I went in and did the work. And I took accountability, and I took a lot of stuff on my back that wasn't mine to take. And I ain't taking it no more. There are many, many people in my life right now that don't deserve to be in my life, but they're still in it, given the circumstances that I'm in. They've done a really good job keeping me close knitted to them, in my little community. And, it's not that I'm not unaware that you're not looking at me in my face and just straight lying to me. I'm well aware of that. I just give people space to be who they are. If they want to be liars, let them be liars. That's the way I see it. Who cares? Who cares? Because I don't. My last video that I posted, it got flagged for community guidelines, which is crazy to me because it got flagged for harmful propaganda and content. And I literally posted on my Facebook a video far worse than mine. And they've got like 10,000 followers or something like that. And I mean, I liked her video. I loved her content. But why is it that videos like that get to fly and mine keep getting banned? It's just one of those things. So I'm going to start putting a message on here regarding being a whistleblower to protect myself. And so you're going to start seeing that on all my posts, a little verbiage on here. Seeing as I keep getting wrongfully banned and censored, I have a filed whistleblower case. And so everything that comes at me that's corruptive and everything like that, these are all just receipts, right? And so I have to cover my own butt. That said, I finished watching the Katrina documentary today, the 3rd episode. Oh my gosh. It's amazing what they did there. It really is. It's so eye-opening. But there's so many nuggets that I pulled away from that beautiful series. So many nuggets. I've always been a very passionate person when it just comes to doing right by people, and not living above your means and taking from people and doing all these corruptive things just to take people out of this world. It's just so crazy to me that we live in a world right now that's doing these things. But to each to their own, I've had a couple people make comments to me in the last 4 days that is so peculiar to me. And I pick up on these things now. It's when you're healed It's very easy to pick up on unhealed individuals, and it's very easy to pick up on deflection, projection, manipulation, and gaslighting, and illusions and tactics. It's very easy to pick up on all that stuff. And it's like, I just don't understand why I keep getting said to, I'm glad you're feeling you're getting to the other side of it. And then I hope it all works out in your favor. Like, what does that even mean? What all needs to be worked out in my favor? That came from a friend. Like, what do you know that I don't know? Because I didn't say nothing about favor. You know what I mean? And so little things like that, it's like you're just telling on yourself. You really are. Like, what you mean, I hope it all works out in your favor? What does that even mean? Like, really? Basically what that's telling me is you know something I don't know. And you're just trying to gaslight me and get in my head. Really. And this is what my response was. You know, like, again, I give people space to be who they are. I said, it will. God's got me. My favor is already here, baby. I'm above ground and every stone thrown at me hasn't killed me. That's my favor and I'm walking in it. And that's how it should be with everybody. Like, everybody's got favor, but I just don't understand why I have all these people in my life that just keep trying to say, like, I hope it all works in your favor. What needs to work in my favor? The silent war waged against me, right? That nobody wants to take accountability on, but says stuff like that, right? I'm glad you're getting to, yeah, hell yeah, I'm getting to the other side of it. Excuse my language. Heck yeah, I am. 100%. Because every tactic, everything, every illusion you keep sending at me is not affecting me by the grace of God. By the grace of God. And so it's just ridiculous. It's just purpose, meaning, significance. Your purpose of life, purpose of living, meaning, has a meaning and has significance to your life. Your purpose is to do right by people, stand up for what's wrong, do good, be humble, walk with humility, walk with grace, do not judge, do not be boastful, love unconditionally. You know, that is when you walk in purpose, when you walk with those characteristics. We can't arrest ourselves out of a problem. We have to love ourselves out of a problem. That's the thing right now, is like, they're so big on, these are things that I pulled from the New Orleans thing, Katrina. They're so big on, like, if you don't conform to what we say or think, then we're just gonna throw out a new law, throw out a new policy, and then we're going to arrest you or do whatever, right? It doesn't matter what you think or feel. It matters what we say, and what we say goes, period, right? And that's the thing. The only thing that's going to save us now, truthfully, I believe, is standing up against what is wrong, fighting with love, right? But fighting with love with a backbone, not being stepped on, not being trampled all over, fighting with love with a backbone. And that's what I'm cultivating. I can still love people. I can still handle these back-ended innuendos through conversations and still send love and light all day. Love and light I live in, right? But it doesn't mean I don't have a backbone, and it doesn't mean I ain't gonna speak on it. I ain't gonna speak on it. Absolutely, it's turning in my favor. It always has been. Every day I get up and move, it's a day in my favor. Same goes for you. I'm sorry that there were people in this world that decided to do really heinous activities, all for money, greed, and power. You know, because they were being ran by their ego. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. If you choose to run by your ego, then that's something you have to deal with when you look in the mirror. Just like I had to deal with everything in reference to me when I look in the mirror, and I can finally look in the mirror and love what I see. Making a living, making a difference, and making a life. That is like my, you know, I just live to exist in doing good by people and setting an example for my son, you know? And that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. It's just crazy, this little community that I live in and all the chaos that surrounds it. It's like a big black cloud. I almost feel like different ways. It's the same thing that happened in New Orleans. It's kind of happened in Florida, where they're just like weeding out certain people because it's unaffordable. It's unaffordable for the average Floridian to live here. It's unaffordable. And the same thing happened in New Orleans. Like,